Welcome to a FlutterFlow tutorial. We're going to be going over the new widget parameter feature today, specifically in custom code. It's called the widget builder in FlutterFlow. And I'm going to go ahead and use an example of a custom navbar that I have set up that I currently use. The code that I use will be available in the description below. So let's go ahead and get started here. What I'm going to code out is a custom navbar custom widget, but I don't want to custom code the whole widget. Instead, I'm going to use the new FlutterFlow widget parameter to be able to build the navbar in the FlutterFlow UI. So let's go ahead and get started. And one of the reasons why I'm doing this instead of just building the navbar on itself is because if you just build the navbar on certain devices, there'll be this white gap at the bottom, and that's not good. So actually coding out a custom widget for the navbar gets rid of that white gap if we code it out correctly. So let's go ahead and get started here. I'm going to go and create a new widget. I'm going to call this custom navbar. And what I want over here is a new parameter. I'm going to call this navbar. And when we click type, scroll to the very bottom, this is our new widget builder. We select widget builder, and I don't want this to be nullable. I'm not going to add any widget builder parameters to this right now. And now we're going to go ahead and copy this over to the editor. Now we have something to work with. So what we want to do is we want to edit this return container. And this code, like I said before, this code will be available in the description below. What I'm going to go ahead and do is code out a safe area. And this is the benefit of using custom code, because we can't necessarily code all this out in the actual UI of the builder. So what I'm going to do is bottom is true. This is going to ensure that there is no white gap underneath the navbar. Now I'm going to set a child to the safe area. I'm going to do a sized box, and let's get rid of that. What I want the size box to be, I want the height to be equal to the widget height. So this is a little secret right here. Anytime we need to access a variable that is in the parameter, you do widget dot and whatever that name is. So the widget and height parameters are already set. Those are just default parameters. So we're able to do widget dot height. That's how you access it. You can't just do height, because FlutterFlow won't be able to recognize what this height means. So to access this variable, you do widget dot height. And then we do the same thing for width. Width is widget dot width. Perfect. Okay. Actually, you know what? I don't think I need the width on this one, so I'm gonna get rid of that. Because width is just gonna be, it's a navbar, it's gonna be full width. If we needed the width, then we put that in there. But for this, I'm not gonna worry about it. But what is important, we're gonna put another child, and this is where we are going to use the widget.navbar. Now, in order to actually call this correctly, we need to put parentheses at the end here. Widget.navbar, just like this. And this is going to be a comma. And you can see up here the navbar, when we set it to be a widget builder, it's actually a function, which is why we are using these parentheses. So if you got rid of the parentheses and just did widget.navbar, FlutterFlow is not going to know what to do with this. So that's why we add these parentheses right there. We can save this widget, and there we go. So that's a custom navbar. So Now to actually use this custom navbar, let's go to our home page, and I have a stack set up. And I'm going to go to here to find my custom components, and I'm going to go ahead and search for custom navbar. This is my custom widgets. Okay, now that we have a custom navbar, what I want to do is set the width to be infinity full width, and I want to set the alignment to be the bottom. And I like to use a height of 80 for my navbars. And then this is the actual widget that we're passing in. It's called navbar. So I'm going to open this up, and I have a component. I can pass in any component I want into this. I have a component called my navbar main that I pass in. And just to take a peek at what that navbar main looks like, this is my navbar. And I set my navbars up a certain way, so I might cover, make a whole video on navbars in the future. But for now, we'll just cover the widget. Now that we have that set up, let's go ahead and reload my app here. And now we see our custom navbar at the bottom. And that is a tutorial on using the new widget builder. There are a lot of use cases for this widget builder, and this is just for using it in custom code. Obviously, there are a lot of use cases in the actual UI side of it. This is my navbar main. We can also go into component parameters here and set widget builder here. So I can cover that in the future too. If there's any examples that you would like for me to cover, either in custom code or just in the UI builder, please comment below, and I'd love to take a look at that. I hope this helped everyone out, and you guys have an awesome day.